Hello, everyone. Here we are once again for another album review. And of course, there will be no great graphics or anything with these videos since I don't really know how to do that. And I'm kind of too lazy to try it anyway. But this is a good way to just ramble on about a few things. But, anyways, we'll talk about Mick Jagger. She's the boss. He did some solo work before this record, but I kind of consider this sort of his first kind of real solo record, released February 19th, 1985. Coming after the Stones did Undercover of the Night or Undercover, whatever that record's called, and he does this solo record in between, Undercover and Dirty Work by the Stones. We'll take a look at it. He had some guest stars on here, a lot of people, too many to name, but Jeff Beck, Pete Townsend, Tony Thompson, and various others. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. The album kicks off with Lonely at the Top. Now, this is a very, very kind of 80s pop sounding kind of song. The chorus is kind of generic, and it just, I don't know, to me it doesn't kick off the album very well. It just kind of like, okay, this poppy, generic song that could have been put out by anybody, but I don't know. And so that one I'm not crazy about. And the song it probably should have started with was the second one. It's called Half a Loaf. And that title, Half a Loaf, completely sucks. I think you should have just called it something else. I Can't Go On Seeing You Like This, or something, maybe shorten that up a bit, but it's a cool rocker, good song, probably one of the highlights of the record, but I really do think that title hurts it, Half a Loaf. It just kind of sounds stupid, but the song is really good. Then we go to number 3, Running Out of Luck. This very much sounds like an Eddie Grant kind of song. It has that, if you listen to Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue or Romancing the Stone, it just sounds like that's what this song could have been on one of those records. Just once again, not that great, probably overproduced, but it's there. He's trying to do some different stuff. Then we move on to Turn the Girl Loose. This sounds very much like a Rod Stewart 80s kind of song. Like, I don't know if they had some of the same musicians working with them. They probably did, but it kind of just has that feel. Turn the Girl Loose, kind of another song. You just listen to it, kind of forget about it. Then we move on to Hard Woman, which is another really good song. This is kind of a song a little bit slower, and he's singing it with that not totally country twang, but when songs like Let It Bleed or those type of songs from the Stones where he's singing a little bit of that twang in there where it's kind of different than his normal singing style. It kind of comes off like that. Reminds me of that, but it's a decent song, probably one of the better ones on the record, and maybe one of the more Stones kind of sounding songs. Then we go to side 2, or whatever side this was on, but 6th song, Just Another Night. This one was the, I guess you would say, hit from the record. It had the video, and I don't know why it's so placed so late in the album. Maybe they could have put it first, second song, but it's kind of way down there. But it's a cool pop song, kind of fits the 80s. Nice song. Then the other one after that, Lucky in Love, which I think this is a cool, kind of catchy song too. It had a video, so both Just Another Night and Lucky in Love, nice songs, good videos, typical 80s stuff. Then another song, maybe a kind of hidden gem, the song called Secrets. And it's kind of ironic, like Mick singing about women cheating on him. I mean, it's kind of a little ridiculous when you think about it, but the song itself is pretty decent. I like it. Then we go down to the very last one, She's the Boss, another very low light for me on this record. It's Reminds me of that song by Paul McCartney, Spies Like Us. It's just got a lot of effects going on it, and it's very poppy, a lot of keyboardish kind of stuff, and just a little too much going on. It's like if they could have scaled this back a little bit, it might have been a little bit better. But all in all, those are all the songs. And this record, it's kind of like the Stones, I don't know, all the guys that put out their solo records, they're okay, but they're really nothing you're going to listen to all that much. Like this one, there's a few really good songs on it, and the rest just would be, for most people, kind of those throwaway 80s songs that you don't really remember much after you listen to them. But all in all, not too bad. But if you're a Stones fan, you might want to listen to it just because it is Mick, but it's, I don't know, it doesn't seem like anything that was going to set the world on fire. They're probably better off that, you know, they got back to, or he got back to being with the Stones most of the time and putting out some solo stuff occasionally. But I think if he had his druthers, if I can use that word, he probably would have liked to have launched a more David Bowie kind of solo career in the 80s, but it just didn't really work out for him. I think people just want to see him as the lead singer of the Stones, and you know, I give him credit for trying, but all in all, the record, if you don't have it, maybe go on YouTube and listen to it, but I don't think it's really worth buying because there's just not a whole lot of memorable stuff on there, but a few good songs. Well, anyways, that's all for today. And thank you for sticking around. And if you're one of those guys that knows how to edit video, maybe I'll learn to do that someday. I could use some pointers. Well, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day.